Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the basics of Power BI. How can you load data into the Power Query editor and do certain manipulations, okay? It'll be a very basic video. Let's get started. First of all, to load data into Power BI, what you can do is you can go to this get data option, click on the button and import whatever type of file you want to import. In my case, I want to import a CSV file. So I'm going to go and click that option. And then I have already placed a file here called as Power BI sample. Okay, so I'm going to load that. So I click on that and click on open. Then it takes a couple of seconds to actually load the file. And now we have the data here, right? There are some columns. I'll explain what these columns mean. So suppose you wanted to add more calculations to this or maybe do some manipulations. Instead of directly clicking on load data, you could click on transform data. So when I click on transform data, we'll be taken to a new tab which is called as the Power Query editor. Okay, so let's have a look at the data now. So we have, it is basically some marketing data. We have some name of the account. I think it looks like name of a country like Italy, and this is the name of the company. Then there are some campaign names, and it looks like the campaign names are usually based on the type of dress they are selling and stuff. Okay, then I have something called as currency code. So the currency in which the customer made like the transaction, was it in euro or was it something else? Let's just see what all. So there is also Great Britain pound and US dollar. Then we have device where we have laptop, mobile and tablets. And this column is nothing but just the concatenation of the campaign name column and the device column. It's not a new column. It's just a concatenation. Okay. And then I have some numerical metrics like the cost, the click and impression data, and also I have the orders we made from that particular ad and the revenue, right? This is just some dummy data just to start using Power Query editor. Okay, now first step, right? Say I want to filter for only, so like when you go to account, there are 3 countries, right? Say I want to filter only for Zalona ITA. Very similar to Excel, you can just unselect the other 2, okay, and just select Zalona ITA, click on OK, and now you see we just have Zalona ITA values, right? The other 2 have been removed, okay. And when I did that filtering, you see a step gets added here in the steps process. So it says filtered rows. So if I remove this again, we go back to the old one where we have not only Zalona ITA, but we also have Zalona ESP and Zalona AT as well, okay. So when you add a step or when you do a filter or something, it gets added here. Okay. Now suppose based on currency code, I want to actually give the name of the currency as a new column. How can I do that in Power BI? I could go to add column. Okay. And I would create a conditional column. And I'll give it a name currency, right? Like I want to give the exact name of the currency. So here I would say if currency code equals EUR, right? EUR was what was written for euro, then show it as euro. Okay. I can add another clause. So I could say if currency code equals GBP, right? Great Britain pound, then call it as pound. Okay. POUND. Okay. And then again currency code, if it equals USD, I would say call it as US dollar. Okay, just to understand. In else statement, I would say call it blank, but I don't think we have blank values. Anyways, let me, so you give a name of the column and you just say if currency code equals euro, then euro. If currency code equals GBP, then pound. If currency code equals USD, then US dollar. For else condition, you can give blank, but I don't think there is any other currency in this data anyway. So just click on OK. Now you see we have a new column called currency which has the values euro, pound and US dollar. Okay, this was just created as a conditional column based on this column called as currency code. Okay, similarly if you want to add a new column, say income tax or something, which is 20% of the revenue. Okay, 20% of revenue. How would you do that in Power BI? You could go to add column and this time click on custom column. Okay, let me give it a name tax. Okay, and as I said, it's 20% of revenue. So I would say 0.2 into, and I would just click on revenue. Okay, As simple as that. This is the calculation, and then click on OK. And now I have a new column tax. So for example, revenue here is 4. 4 into 0.2 is 0.8, and that's the value we are getting for tax. Okay. And as you see, when I added this custom column or the conditional column, the steps got added here. So you can go and click on this button to see what you actually created. Okay. So this will load basically, and you can go there and edit it if you want. And the last step, as you know, we added custom column. Okay. So we just did some basic manipulation here in the Power Query editor. This is called as Power Query editor, as you see on top. And usually when you see online, they say Power BI also uses the M language. What exactly is this M language is, you go to Home, okay, and you go to Advanced Editor, and you see these steps, right? If you see, these are nothing but steps. So first we loaded the document, then we, like this step was done automatically. It changed the data type for the headings. Then these two steps which we did, added a conditional column, and then we also added a custom column. Okay, this language is called as the M language, which is used to do manipulations in the Power Query editor. Okay, so I'll just close this. So once you've loaded and you're confident about whatever you've loaded, and you've added your manipulations, you can simply go on here and click on close and apply. So basically it will close the query editor and it will apply it to our Power BI. Okay, now I can click on apply changes. As you see, it is getting creating connection in the model. It may take like a few seconds, but yeah, I think it's loaded now. Okay, and now here you will see 3 tabs on the left side. So this tab is basically where you can build visualizations. You can you can drag and build bar graph, line chart and all. We'll be seeing that in future videos, but for now we are mainly concerned about this tab. So this is the data tab, right? So we have loaded data into Power BI, and as you see, we have the data here with also the new conditional columns, currency and tax as well. Okay, and this is also called as the modeling tab. Right now we have just one data source, but if there were multiple data source, it would also show the connection between these data sources. But today is a basic video, so we are going to just stick to one data source. Okay, going back to the data tab. So here, as you see, we have the data, and if you forgot to add some column in the Power Query editor and you want to add it like right now after loading it into Power BI, you can still do that by clicking on, say, create a new column. Okay, and say I will give this a name, for example, commission. Okay, commission, and say the commission is 15% of revenue. Okay, you would say is equal to 0.15, okay, into, and then you could just type the value, and that particular table and that particular column will turn up. So you click on that, and yeah, just click on enter. It should be good. So now you see commission is 0.15 into revenue. So revenue is 4 into 0.15 is 0.6 in this case, right? And whatever we write here, this is actually called as the DAX language. As you see, it is pretty similar to what we kind of have in Excel. Of course, there are complicated formulas as well, which we'll see in future videos. But this is whatever formulas you write here inside Power BI, this is called as DAX language, DAX. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was just a basic video to get you guys started. I'll see you again in future videos with upcoming topics on Python, SQL, and a lot of case studies as well. Stay tuned. Take care and bye.